Okay, hey guys, this is Dr. Sean over at the Natural Body Works right here, and we're going to go over the meridian acupuncture pen again for wrist problems. So specifically, we're going to go over carpal tunnel and then up here through the arm, because that all leads to tension in the hands. So stick with me, and by the end I'm going to show you at least 5 things and some anatomy about the carpal tunnel that you'll be able to use. Hang on. Okay guys, so here we're going to go over the bones, a little bit of the bones of the hands and the wrist, because that's important to understand for the carpal tunnel. Now, there's 2 bones in your wrist. We can see here, this is the right side. I'm going to put them down like this. And this is the, what we got here? There we go. We've got the ulna, which is the one on the bottom of your elbow. That's down through here, like this side through here. This is the ulna, and this is the radius. And the radius is the one that turns around the top. This one's the radius on the thumb side. So here we have the hand bones, and these are called phalanges. And there's 14 of these on one hand, 5 metacarpals, and these guys here are called the carpals. That's this section. If you look at it this way, you can kind of see, if we put it where it's supposed to be, and I hold it like this, and I put my finger like that, you can see there's a little tunnel right there, right in there. That's the carpal tunnel. So that's what we're going to be working on. Now, in here, we have these bones, and we have these relationships here, here, and here. So it's important to understand what's going on with these, and these. In acupuncture and in some of the work that I do in the physiotherapy and physical therapy kind of thing and chiropractic, we want to make sure that the alignment of these is correct. Now, one of the main ones that comes out is the capitate and the lunate. There's a lunate one right here. Where'd it go? Here, lunate and capitate. The lunate back here. These are the ones that pop out of place the most in the hand. Okay, and they can travel forward or back, and that can put pressure on that little tunnel. Now, inside the tunnel, what goes in there? If we look at our wrist here, we have what's called a retinaculum, which is a piece of tissue right across here. Inside there is all these tendons, which we can see here. When we close our hands and move our hands, we can see them move. Now, we're not going to worry about what they're named right now, but we do have some nerves that come in through this area too. The median nerve, which affects the finger and the palm of the hand and part of the thumb. Mainly in the finger here, this is going to be the radial nerve, which comes across through here. Okay, and this is going to be the large intestine meridian. When we talked about that when we've done large intestine 4, we're going to do large intestine 5 is right on the nerve. And then down through this section through here is the ulnar nerve. And these are 3 nerves that serve the hand. That's going to be the radial nerve, the median nerve, and the ulnar nerve. Carpal tunnel generally compresses the median nerve. Now, not everybody has carpal tunnel that they think they do, and here's a couple ways to try. There's a thing called Phelan's test, where you put your hands like this and you hold them together for up to a minute, and if it causes tingling or numbness in your fingers, you've compressed the nerve at this point in the carpal tunnel. That's a good indication of carpal tunnel. The next one is called Tinel's sign, and Tinel's sign is if you press right in here and tap, and you get a shooting pain in your hands, or shooting or electric shock in your hands, that is positive for carpal tunnel. Those are the only 2 real tests we have other than MRI and CT scans and all this kind of stuff. Now, nerve conduction studies, which is where they put needles in, are going to affect a totally different area. And I'll show you about those. So if we look at this guy here, we see the neck, and the nerves that come off the neck through here go underneath the collarbone through here, underneath the armpit, and through here, and down the arm. And those are eventually going to get to the wrist. The ulnar, radial, and medial nerves all come through this section. So if you have problems in through here and through the front of the chest, or through the top of the shoulder through here, or through the upper back through here, or in the neck, which you could have a disc injury or some kind of facet problem, which is these parts back here, or all kinds of different impingement syndromes through this section, through the armpit, or even through the elbow. So you have 2 little ridges through here where the ulnar nerve and the radial nerve can run. And if those are being compressed, you get what's called radial compartment syndrome. And that's right up in through here. And it'll be very tender through here. And there'll be a lot of trigger points. And we're going to work on those as well. Those are also on the meridian points, and they tend to be on the large intestine meridian points. We're looking at like meridians 8, 9, and 10, which is right through here. 11 is right at the edge of this crease. Okay, so those are the ones we're going to work at. Now, here's how to work with this pen for carpal tunnel. One, it can be a diagnostic tool. If you turn it on, you turn on to 1 or 2, and we're going to hold it right here, right at the middle of our wrist, right, the middle of that crease. This is actually pericardial 0.7, and if it's shooting through here, that's normal. Okay, it should shoot through the thumb, it should shoot through the finger. We should feel it. As I push through here, I can feel it through my thumb. Up through here, you can feel this one through the front thumb as well. What you do is go like this, pick the end of the end of this crease, and that's large intestine 5. Large intestine 4 is here, so we're going to work on large intestine 4 to loosen the thumb. Now we can also come in here, right in the meat of the thumb. Okay, there's no point, there's no real acupuncture point here, but if we get this one, we can see that twitch. Where are you at? There we go. You can see it twitch pretty good. Deep down. And remember, we're going to go 10 deep, 10 middle, 10 surface, and then we're done with that point. Large intestine 3. This one's also good for headaches, right? Large intestine 3, 10 seconds deep, 10 seconds middle, 10 seconds surface. It is going to pinch. You may feel it down the hand, but we're trying to like stimulate those points, right? You're going to go right in here, find the crease, L5, large intestine 5, right on the edge of it. Now, if you dig around through here, you go further away or in, you'll definitely feel it through here. Watch this. I don't know if we can see it. You see a little bit of twitching. And through this one here. Now, pericardium point here, we can work up through these. As you go pericardium 7, 8, and 9. Ooh, notice about 2 thumb. Oh, all through there. We're catching the nerve for sure. We can work on those ones right here. I can feel it through these 2 fingers, a little bit through half of this finger, which is exactly the trail of that nerve. And down through here, we're going to have our other point, which is a heart point. Here's heart 8. You can put a heart 8 right there. That's in the fingers. You feel it in this part of the finger and this part of the finger right there. But I'm going to do heart 9, end of the crease again, right actually on the inside of that tendon right there. You dig around in there, you might feel a little bit of twitching. So we're definitely going to do this one. We can work on through here. I like doing this one too, but we're going to work up higher. As we work up through these, the large intestine meridian goes through this section, and all of these muscles will make a big difference. And as we see these, we're turned up to 3. Sometimes we can get in here and you can see a good twitch, and we're going to start loosening up the muscles that run the hand. Now, if we look at these muscles on this side, these are called the flexors, right? And we can dig around it through here. You'll find points right through there. There we go. And we can see that twitching through there. Those are really good for this as well. And those are more, they're along the heart meridian, but there's no points through here. This is all muscle. So we're going to work through the muscle through here. These are the flexors that have you do this. And then these are the extensors that would have you do this. And that's what we want to work on, those. So again, let's look at those other tests. So if you take this and just press in or tap in, that's called Tinel's sign, right? If that's shooting, it could be positive. Now, there could be other problems. We have to always look. If you're having tingling or achiness or something, it could be the alignment of these, and I'll show you how to align them right now. So what you do is you take this crease again, cross your fingers, your ring finger and your thumb finger of the opposite hand right around it. Let this hand go really relaxed, and then give it a squeeze and let go. Now, you can also do it at an angle. You see these angles here and angles here, and then all the way through. But I like this one. Watch it. It collapses and bounces back, collapses and bounces back. These bones are designed to fall in position where they should. If you look at the way they're set up, they're all in a different shape, and they're very close together, and they're held together with ligaments. Those ligaments can get moved out of place with continued work, or like typing or using a mouse or using a screwdriver or a knife or something like that, or moving things or working in the garden. And these are massage therapists really commonly, and chiropractors too, they get wrist problems because these get out of place and then they swell up. When that swelling happens, that tunnel in there gets smaller, right? That little tunnel through there that we were talking about, we have that little ligament that goes across called retinaculum. That gets swollen and it pinches on the nerves, and that's what we have to deal with. But we have to look past this. A lot of people want to get surgeries on there, and then they end up in braces again anyway, because that wasn't the real problem. What you did is you caused a cut there, and then the inflammation process occurred. They were in pain after the surgery, and then because they were immobile for weeks, the pain went away. But then they don't rehab properly. You've got to work on these muscles through here. If there's tender points right through here, right through these guys. These are those large intestine points, or in through this part of the meat, the flexors, or the wrist flexors or the wrist extensors. Then we can get those. Now, other points too I want to show you that you can work on with this are going to be, see, here's large intestine 14, but I want you to go deep into the muscle on the back of the arm, right there. Deep inside there, you might find a trigger point, and that's getting the nerve that's coming down through the front of the wrist. Okay. Other ones too, definitely work on here, gallbladder 21, right at the top of the shoulder, and I really like working on lung 1 and 2. These are the pec minor. That, remember, pulls this collarbone down. If we look at this guy, this is where we're looking at the top, right? So here's the collarbone, here's the scapula or the shoulder blade. These nerves go down through here underneath this. That muscle that we were just talking about goes from here to here. Okay, and if it pinches everything down, squishes this together, it's going to pinch on these nerves, and that's going to cause problems maybe in your armpit, maybe down your arm, maybe in your wrist. So there you go. This is actually made for Eddie in New York City, who called me because your brother called you from Indonesia, which I thought was freaking amazing. So I'm making this just for you. And there's a couple things also we need to understand with this is we need to rule out other conditions. A nerve conduction study will go from the nerves in the spine all the way down the arm. And usually what they'll do is they'll stick they'll stick needles in these areas in through here, and then they'll stick needles down in the arm, and they'll see how electricity goes from here to here. Okay, and if it doesn't, they're going to say, oh, there was a problem, but they're not checking segmentally many times, and we would need to check nerves from here to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here, etc. We want to check the entire chain of command through this thing, because the ligaments and tendons that work this, all the muscles are here. They cross over into this. The muscles that work this cross up into here. The muscles that work this bone cross up into here, etc., all the way from the neck. So we can have problems here that refer down to this, pulling this higher, okay, towards it, pinching the nerves that come down here. Then you end up with pain in here, or numbness or tingling or something in there, as well as here and here. So there we go. Carpal tunnel points, PC7, large intestine 5, and then we do work these muscles up through here with this pen. I want you to turn it up to the point where you feel the muscle contract, and we got to get these ones in through here really good. Okay, if we can get these ones in through here to relax, and these ones here, all of the tension is taken off this. Don't forget your stretches. That's going to be here, squeezing and letting go. This should just bounce back into place. Okay, if it's tender, you have inflammation in there, and you need to do something for the inflammatory process. The inflammatory process is swelling and then contraction of muscles. So the swelling part, you can use ice and then do some exercises. We need to loosen the hands. Massages are really beneficial. Other things you do too is make sure you're taking enough calcium, magnesium, and potassium and things like that. But that's something that I do with people. You have to really be checked out to make sure that if it's a brain lesion, okay, it could be you could have a stroke, right? And that could cause problems all the way down the arm, but you have to be evaluated for that. These up here, if it's an issue up here, generally it doesn't come and go. It'll continue stable or get worse. Down through here, it depends on action. Down through here, it depends on action too, what you're doing. If the pinch is between here and here, sometimes if people put their hand on top of their head, it takes the pressure off, and that's called thoracic outlet. We'll talk about that later. Okay, that can cause wrist problems. If it's down through here in the armpit, same thing. They put their hand on top of their head, it takes the pressure off everything, and we're taking pressure off the nerve. Down through here, you may find that the different positions of your elbow make a difference in how your wrist feels, and that's the key. So it's diagnostics, and diagnostics is we're trying to make sure that we rule out all these other problems. Is it a disc? There's some very specific things we can do for a disc. Is it a nerve issue only, where there's a neuropathy for some reason? That's a possibility. Could there be scar tissue or something in this area or in this area or up in here that is causing an impingement or tightness? Those all need to be vetted out. So if it doesn't work when you're using this pen, okay, here we go, there's your pen. If you're using this pen and it's not getting better in a short amount of time, go get checked out, because it's better to get checked out, because you may have issues through here, like I said. Okay, so let's put this over here. That's pretty interesting with my little toys. I want you guys to go ahead and if you have one of these, start using it. You can use it also even if it's off for the trigger points. You can dig around and find these little trigger points in here or in through these. And you can find, like I like finding them right through here. And you can dig in there. Oh, I turned it on. Let's turn it on 2 anyway. And I'll dig in here like this and really get those, right in through here. I can feel that all the way down into my arm. And that's a good one to get. Dig there, work that until that muscle loosens up. Put heat on that muscle afterwards because heat will increase the blood flow and help it heal, okay? So do the best you can with this thing. If you guys want to get one of these, I think I should have an affiliate link down in the comments, and I'll put that there for you. And look at the other videos. You'll see I'll put them up over here. And subscribe down here. Subscribe to watch more videos, and give us a like, and give me a comment. Obviously, I got a phone call from somebody who asked specifically for this one. I've been working on it for a while, but I finally got it done. And Eddie, I hope you're feeling better. And say thanks to your brother in Indonesia. That was really amazing that he saw it there and then called us. So anyway, have a good one. This is Dr. Sean over at Natural Body Works. Put that there, right there. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.